How to get rid of cravings, sweet tooth cravings, carb addiction cravings on the carnivore diet. The first thing is eat more. If you are not satiated, you are going to be craving for energy, and you are going to be feeling lethargic. And the first thing that you will do is reach for something that will give you quickly energy. And from past experience, you know that it is carbs or sugar. And of course, we know this is true, but you don't want to go down that route. So what I suggest is you make strong associations with absolutely not eating any carbohydrates or any sugar or any sweetness at all. And the way that you do that is you first of all eat very healthy, in the sense of eat more animal fat. What I've found is when people are not eating enough animal fat, when they are eating too lean on their carnivore diet, they run out of energy, and then they are craving for something to give their energy. But you should get your energy from animal fat. Now, if you can't tolerate a lot of fat, don't eat too much of it, but try to increase your fat intake more and more, and you'll find that your energy levels will pick up as well. The second thing that you can do to get rid of your carb cravings is to walk. Go for a walk, get some activity, maybe some exercise, and get your mind off the craving idea. In 90% of the cases, you are not really hungry. You just want to do something. You are frustrated, or you maybe you are emotionally not on a level where you should be, and now you need something just to lift you up. And from past experience, you might know that you feel better after you ate something sweet, and that is a bad habit. So exchange that habit for something good. Go for a walk, for instance. So the third thing that you can do is look at your sleeping patterns. If you don't get a lot of sleep, you will feel also tired and exhausted. And the first thing that you would want to do is reach for something that will give you energy, make you feel better. But the reality is you actually only need sleep. You are sleep deprived. So if you are satiated and you are having enough sleep, you will start to feel better, your hormones will work better, and your energy levels will be higher. The third thing that you can do is increase your salt intake. Salt plays a major role with energy. If you are not getting enough salt in, you can absolutely feel tired and even have cravings. And your body can often mistake carb cravings for actually salt cravings. So what you may do is just take a pinch of salt and put it in your mouth, but real salt, not the anti-caking salt that they sell you. It must be coarse salt, and preferably pink Himalayan salt. But don't overdo salt, because it can absolutely influence your hypertension. The fourth thing that you can do to get rid of your cravings is to drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, and it certainly helps me to get rid of any cravings. And it also gives energy, and it's also something to do. It's also something that is social, and instead of eating something sweet, you just drink your coffee. I drink my coffee with milk, and preferably you should absolutely not use sweetener, because even if it's artificial sweetener, I've got a video on that, Q34 on my frequently asked question playlist on YouTube, about artificial sweetness. Also check out Q28 on what you can drink on the carnivore diet on my frequently asked question playlist on YouTube. The fifth thing that you can do to get rid of your sweet tooth cravings is to eat meat that is more nutrient dense. This means you should consider eating red meat. If you are eating poultry, if you are eating chicken, you will find that you still crave something else. You're not completely satiated. Now, I know people who only or mostly eat chicken, and that's fine if it works for you. But many carnivores has testified to the fact that they feel more satiated when they are eating red meat. Another thing, point number 6, is to make your food more palatable. So maybe use more butter, and you can consider adding spices. But check out Q22, question 22 on my frequently asked question playlist on my YouTube channel about what spices you may use. But it's a double-edged sword, because the single ingredient spices that we do recommend there also do have a little bit of carbs in it. So that can again trigger your sweet tooth. So that is something to consider, to not overdo that and just be mindful of that. But to make food more flavorful and palatable absolutely helps. But check out Q22, what spices are allowed and what sauces you can use. So another thing that you may do is snack on the carnivore way. You can absolutely take a piece of butter and eat it. It's called a fat bomb. It will give you energy. You can also eat biltong. Just be mindful of biltong and druivenwors, that the spices that they use on it is not sweetened. Make sure that it's not sweetened. You can eat cheese, but again, it's a double-edged sword, because what I found that if I indulge in cheese, there are a few things that happen. Cheese do have carbohydrates in it. So it can work well to get the carb cravings away, but it can also trigger you further for more sweet tooth addiction. So that is, and another thing, too much cheese can make you constipated, and too much cheese can make you fat as well. But of course, cheese is healthy, and cheese is absolutely part of the carnivore diet. I've cut it out now, and I feel better without it. But it can be helpful, but be mindful that it can also be a hindrance in a certain way. Point number 7, eat more eggs. Eggs are wonderful multivitamin and full of cholesterol, nature's source of energy. Eggs absolutely will take your cravings away. So rather than having something sweet, boil an egg. There are also many ways that you can prepare eggs, of course, and in the different ways that you prepare them, they will be more palatable to you. Especially the yellow of the egg is full of protein, of course, by the process of gluconeogenesis. It can make glucose from the process of gluconeogenesis. And point number 8 is absolutely eat more. Eat bigger portions so that you are satiated, and eat fattier, as I said. And point number 9 is the emotional factor that I've mentioned. Many times people will eat just because they want to feel better. And that is not the reason why you should eat. So they look at food and snacks as treats, something to lift them up. And that is a psychological thing. So you must make up your mind before the time that you will not fall into that trap. Make strong associations that you will only eat when you are hungry. And then you eat enough, and you eat until you're not another bite full, and eat fatty enough. So when you are really hungry, go and eat, but make sure you are not eating for emotional reasons. And get your mental state to be in a better place. If you are mentally not in a good space, then you'll find yourself wanting sweetness and something to make you feel better. But as I said, rather go for a walk to get your mental state in a better place, and then have strong reasons why you do what you do. Sometimes when people don't have strong enough reasons why they do what they do, they're not really committed, and they will take the first chance to eat something that they're not supposed to eat because they don't really care. They're not really committed. But if you can make strong associations, have strong reasons why you do the carnivore diet, then you will be determined to overcome this. And then finally, point number 10 is, this too shall pass. Just remember, your sweet tooth cravings or your carb addiction cravings is just that. It's just cravings. It will go away. It normally goes away within 18 days of starting the carnivore diet. It can return, but of course, you just have to be strong and do the things that you need to do in order to avoid the pitfalls. But absolutely know that sugar addiction is a real thing. I, for instance, struggled with Coca-Cola addiction. I drank almost 5 liters Coke a day, and I couldn't stop drinking Coca-Cola. That was more than 3 years ago because I needed the energy. So I sat in front of my doctor and I couldn't stop the drinking of Coca-Cola. I told him, I know I've got pain in my liver, and I asked him whether it was the Coca-Cola, and he said, no, he does not think so. But it was. It was non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And because of drinking all that sugar, what happens is you get a fatty liver. But I'm not going to talk about that. Go and look at my testimony in video number 1 on my blog. But also check out Q11, question 11 about insulin resistance on my frequently asked question playlist on YouTube. When we eat something sweet, we get a sugar spike, of course. And then within a few minutes, we feel bad again. So this is the way that you can make strong associations with eating something sweet. You remind yourself of how bad you will feel after the sugar spike is gone. And you make a very strong association that you don't want that feeling of feeling so bad after the sugar spike has worked out. Of course, in ketosis, we don't have that. Ketosis, we have a constant level of energy, and that is what you want. So make your mind up before the time to have strong associations that you will get your energy from ketosis. That should be your goal. And make strong associations that it's a bad feeling after you ate something sweet, because you really do feel bad, and you crash. It's called a sugar crash, and it's not worth it. To cheat on your diet, or cheating, implies that there's something of value to be gained. And there's nothing of value to be gained in cheating. You only gain feeling bad and worse and more lethargic and more tired after the sugar has worked out. And we all know it. And yet people still go back and want more sugar. It's a vicious cycle. As I said, go and watch the video about insulin resistance on my frequently asked question playlist. I always encourage people to change their relationship with food. You have to see food as an energy source and not as something that needs to lift you up. food is an energy source. It is not a social experiment, and that is the trouble that people associate with food. It is something to be enjoyed. It's something to be socially used. But as carnivores, we must see food firstly as an energy source. And this mindset will be a breakthrough for you, because you will start to see food as an energy source and not as an emotional booster or something that will lift you up, or something that needs to be socially enjoyed. Yes, so, to enjoy food with friends is good, but the trouble with that association is that you would be of the standpoint that if you don't eat something very palatable, you can't enjoy yourself socially, and that is not true. So this is how you can absolutely overcome your sweet tooth cravings, develop better habits, and you can overcome this, and the sweet tooth addiction will go away, the carb addiction will go away, and you will be satiated because you will eat animal food that is nutrient dense and bioavailable and full of energy. You will be satiated, so your body will be not needing any more energy. On the carnivore diet, we go into ketosis, so that's the burning of fat. You used to be burning a lot of glucose. The carbohydrates is converted to glucose. But because of this adaptation phase, there might be cravings. So just be patient, stick to your carnivore diet, and your body will transform from carb addiction to going into ketosis. So you will not be craving those carbs. But see it for what it is. It is carb addiction, and you don't need it. The total carbohydrate requirement for your body is exactly 0. Go and check out video number 40 as well as video number 60 on my blog. The link to my blog is in the description of this video if you see this on YouTube, as well as a link to my TikTok channel. Please follow me there, and follow me on Facebook. If you see this on Facebook, follow me on YouTube as well as on TikTok. It will be in the description. The link to that is in the description. If you see this on TikTok, click the photo profile to find my blog link, carnivoreway.blogspot.com, and also follow me on my YouTube channel. It's a little triangle on this photo profile. If you click it,